Warm welcome to 6th semester botany students. I am Dr. Suresh Kumar C, working in Marani Science College for Women, Bengaluru. In this session, we shall discuss about Kelvin cycle or C3 cycle. Dark reaction. The synthesis of glucose in chloroplast by the CO2 reduction without the influence of direct light is known as dark reaction. This is the second step in the mechanism of photosynthesis. It takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast. The dark reaction of photosynthesis is purely enzymatic and it is slower than the light reaction. In dark reaction, glucose is synthesized from carbon dioxide by using ATP and acylmeratory power NDPH2 generated in the light reaction. The process is known as carbon fixation or carbon reduction. In dark reaction, two types of cyclic reactions occur. They are Kelvin cycle or C3 cycle or C3 plants. Then H-Slack pathway or C4 pathway or C4 plants. Kelvin cycle or C3 cycle. The synthesis of simple sugars in the dark reaction of photosynthesis discovered by Kelvin is called Kelvin cycle. Kelvin and Benson traced the path of carbon during the synthesis of sugars in a unicellular green alga, that is chlorella, using radioactively labeled carbon dioxide. For this discovery, Kelvin was awarded the Nobel Prize for the year 1961. The first stable product of dark reaction is a 3-carbon compound, that is 3-phosphoglycerate. Hence, this dark reaction is known as C3 cycle. In the first step of C3 cycle, a 5-carbon compound, ribulose 1,5-biphosphate, is reduced by carbon dioxide. So, it is also known as reductive pentose phosphate pathway. The C3 cycle occurs in all green plants. Since the path of carbon in the C3 cycle was elucidated by Melvin Kelvin in the year 1957, the C3 cycle is called Kelvin cycle or Kelvin-Benson pathway. Kelvin first named this process as carbon assimilation. So, dark reaction. In dark reaction, we shall discuss about the Kelvin cycle or C3 cycle. So, this is the structure of the chloroplast. So, we have discussed in the last sessions. The light reaction takes place in the grana region of the chloroplast and dark reaction takes place in the stroma region of the chloroplast. So during the light reaction, the assimilatory powers which are synthesized, so that is ATP and NDPH2, which are used in the carbon reduction process. So in dark reaction, the Kelvin cycle, so the important steps takes place in Kelvin cycle are divided into 4 steps. So the important steps are carboxylation, the phosphorylation, reduction and regeneration of RUBP. These are the 4 important steps takes place in the carbon fixation process. The ribulose biphosphate, so that is reduced by the carbon dioxide in the presence of an enzyme, ribulose biphosphate carboxylase. So this 5-carbon compound ribulose 1,5-biphosphate, so that is converted into 6 unstable carbon compound is formed. The unstable 6-carbon compound, that is 2-carboxy 3-keto arabinitol 1,5-biphosphate, so that is formed after the carboxylation process. So then that 6 unstable carbon compound reacts with the water, then that is converted into 2 molecules of 3-carbon compound, that is called as 3-phosphoglyceric acid or 3-phosphoglycerate is formed. This 3-phosphoglycerate undergo phosphorylation takes place, that is converted into 1,3-diphosphoglycerate in the presence of an enzyme phosphoglycerate kinase. This 1,3-diphosphoglycerate, that is undergo reduction process, reduction takes place. So that is reduced into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, that is a 3-carbon compound so which is formed after the reduction process. So then this 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, which are used in many ways for the synthesis of the organic compounds such as starch in chloroplast, sucrose in the cytoplasm, and of course other the carbohydrates which are synthesized, and some of the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, so which are used for the regeneration of the 5-carbon compound, that is called as an RUBP. So this RUBP, which is used for the further carbon reduction process. The one more slide showing the diagrammatic representation of the Kelvin cycle, and these are the important steps of the C3 cycle. The synthesis of simple sugars in the dark reaction of photosynthesis is discovered by Kelvin is called as Kelvin cycle. Already I told you. Kelvin cycle also referred as light independent reactions of photosynthesis, because light is not directly required for the carbon reduction process. The high energy molecules ATP and NADPH synthesized in the light reaction of photosynthesis are used to synthesize carbohydrates from carbon dioxide. Hence the term is known as carbon fixation. The carbon fixation cycle, also called as Kelvin cycle, is a 3-phase cycle that occurs in the stroma and that converts carbon dioxide into carbohydrates using the energy of ATP and the oxidation of NADPH. Carbon enters the Kelvin cycle in the form of carbohydrates and leaves in the form of sugar. The cycle spends ATP as an energy source and consumes NADPH as reducing power for adding high energy electrons to make the sugar. The carbohydrate produced directly from the Kelvin cycle is actually not glucose but a 3-carbon compound named glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. For the net synthesis of one molecule of this sugar, the cycle must take 3 times, fixing 3 molecules of carbon dioxide. Phase 1, carbon fixation. The Kelvin cycle incorporates each carbon dioxide molecule one at a time by attaching it to a 5-carbon sugar named ribulose biphosphate, that is commonly called as an RUBP. The enzyme that catalyzes the first step is RUBP carboxylase or Rubisco. So it is the most abundant protein in the chloroplast and probably the most abundant protein on the earth. The product of reaction is a 6-carbon compound, that is intermediate, so that is an unstable, that is immediately splitted into of 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate or 3-phosphoglyceric acid. The second step is a reduction. Each molecule of 3-phosphoglycerate receives an additional phosphate group from ATP molecules become 1,3-biphosphoglycerate, and next a pair of electrons donated from NADPH reduces 1,3-biphosphoglycerate to glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Specifically, the electrons from NADPH reduce the carboxylic group of 3-phosphoglycerate to the aldehyde group of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, which stores more potential energy. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is a sugar, the same 3-carbon sugar formed in glycolysis by splitting of glucose. So in the figure that for every 3 molecules of carbon dioxide, there are 6 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, but only 1 molecule of this 3-carbon sugar can be counted as net gain of carbohydrate. The cycle begins with 15 carbons worth of carbohydrate in 3 molecules of 5-carbon sugar RUBP. So now there are 18 carbons worth of carbohydrate in the form of 6 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. 1 molecule exists the cycle to be used by the plant cell, but other 5 molecules must be recycled to regenerate the 3 molecules of ribulose biphosphate. Phase 3 is a regeneration of CO2 acceptor, that is ribulose biphosphate. In a complex series of reactions, the carbon skeletons of 5 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate are rearranged by the last steps of Kelvin cycle into 3 molecules of ribulose biphosphate. To accomplish this, the cycle spends 3 more molecules of ATP. The ribulose biphosphate is now prepared to receive carbon dioxide again, and the cycle continues. For the net synthesis of 1 glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, so that is a 3-carbon sugar, the Kelvin cycle consumes total 9 molecules of ATP and 6 molecules of NADPH. So overall, as well as the synthesis of 1 molecule of glucose is concerned, the Kelvin cycle which consumes 18 molecules of ATP and 12 molecules of NADPH. The light reactions regenerate the ATP and NADPH. The glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate spun off from the Kelvin cycle becomes a starting material for metabolic pathways that synthesize other organic compounds including glucose and other carbohydrates. Neither the light reactions nor the Kelvin cycle alone can make sugar from carbon dioxide. The photosynthesis is an emergent property of the intact chloroplast which integrates the two stages of photosynthesis. So we will discuss the Kelvin cycle step by step. The first step is a carboxylation. So CO2 is accepted by a ribulose 1,5-biphosphate RUBP already present in the cells, and a 6-carbon addition compound is formed which is unstable. So it is soon gets hydrolyzed into 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglyceric acid or 3-phosphoglycerate. Both these reactions takes place in the presence of an enzyme ribulose biphosphate carboxylase, commonly called as Rubisco. 3-phosphoglyceric is the first stable product of dark reaction of photosynthesis. So this is the 5-carbon compound 1,5-ribulose biphosphate. So then that accepts the carbon dioxide, then which is converted into the 6 unstable carbon compound is formed. The 6 unstable carbon compound, that is 2-carboxy 3-keto arabinitol 1,5-biphosphate. This is an unstable carbon compound. So that is reacts with the water in the presence of the same enzyme Rubisco, that is splitted into 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglycerate or 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Second step is the reduction. 3-phosphoglyceric acid is reduced to 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde by the assimilatory powers in the presence of triose phosphate dehydrogenase. Here 3-phosphoglyceric acid undergo phosphorylation takes place, so that is converted into 1,3-diphosphoglyseric acid as well as ADP which are formed. Again the 1,3-biphosphoglyceric acid undergo reduction takes place NADPH in the presence of an enzyme triose phosphate dehydrogenase, so that is converted into 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. And formation of exo sugar and regeneration of RUBP. Some of the molecules of 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde isomerizes into dihydroxyacetone phosphate, both of which then unite in the presence of an enzyme aldolase to form fructose 1,6-biphosphate. So whatever the, of course, 3-carbon compound which are formed after the reduction process, so 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is formed. Some of the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde which are isomerizes into dihydroxyacetone phosphate in the presence of an enzyme triose phosphate isomerase. So this 3-carbon compound 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone, so which are fused to form a 6-carbon compound, so that is called as 1,6-fructose 1,6-biphosphate in the presence of an enzyme aldolase. Then fructose 1,6-biphosphate is converted into fructose 6-phosphate in the presence of an enzyme phosphatase. So this is fructose 1,6, the 2 phosphates groups are there. The phosphate group that has been removed during the removal of phosphate, then that is converted into fructose 6-phosphate. Some of the fructose 6-phosphate is tapped off from the Kelvin cycle, so and is converted into glucose, sucrose and starch. Again the fructose 6-phosphate, so that is converted into glucose 6-phosphate in the presence of an enzyme phosphoxoisomerase. Then the glucose 6-phosphate that reacts with the water. Then in the presence of an enzyme phosphatase, so that is converted into glucose and phosphate. Sucrose synthesized in the cytosol while starch is synthesized in the chloroplast. Some of the molecules of 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde produced in the step 2, instead of forming exo sugars, are diverted to regenerate ribulose 1,5-biphosphate in the system as follows. 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde reacts with fructose 6-phosphate in the presence of an enzyme transketolase to form erythrose 4-phosphate, that is the 4-carbon compound, and xylulose 5-phosphate, that is 5-carbon compound, so which is formed. Then erythrose 4-phosphate combines with the dihydroxyacetone phosphate in the presence of an enzyme aldolase to form pseudoeptulose 1,7-biphosphate. So it is a 7-carbon atom, 7-carbon sugar. Then the pseudoeptulose 1,7-biphosphate loses one phosphate group in the presence of an enzyme phosphatase to form pseudoeptulose 7-phosphate. Pseudoeptulose 7-phosphate reacts with 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde in the presence of an enzyme transketolase to form xylulose 5-phosphate and ribose 5-phosphate. So both are 5-carbon sugars. Then xylulose 5-phosphate is converted into another 5-carbon compound sugar ribulose 5-phosphate in the presence of an enzyme phosphoketopentose isomerase. So where xylulose 5-phosphate that is converted into ribulose 5-phosphate. Then ribose 5-phosphate is also converted into ribulose 5-phosphate. The reaction is catalyzed by phosphopentoisomerase. The ribulose 5-phosphate finally converted into 1,5-biphosphate ribulose biphosphate in the presence of an enzyme phosphopentose kinase and ATP, thus completing the Kelvin cycle. Here ribulose 5-phosphate plus ATP, again one more, of course the phosphorylation takes place, and which is converted into ribulose 1,5-biphosphate. So these are the structural formulas of the erythrose 4-phosphate. It is a 4-carbon compound. Ribose 5-phosphate, again these are all the 5-carbon compound. Then ribulose 1,5-biphosphate, again xylulose 5-phosphate, the 5-carbon compound, and this is the 7-carbon compound pseudoeptulose 7-phosphate. That pseudoeptulose 7-phosphate, of course, that is converted into pseudoeptulose 1,7-biphosphate, thus C7 intermediates which are formed during the Kelvin cycle. The first visible product of this cycle is 3-phosphoglyceric acid or 3-phosphoglycerate, which is a 3-carbon compound. Kelvin cycle is also known as C3 cycle, and these are of course the plants are called as C3 plants. The plants which perform C3 pathway are called as C3 plants. So recent studies with algal cells, leaves and isolated chloroplasts have shown that dark reaction of photosynthesis are not completely independent of light. Several critical enzymes in the carbon reduction cycle are light activated. In the dark, they are either inactive or exhibit low activity. Activity of enzyme ribosco declines rapidly when the light is turned off and regain slowly when the light is turned on. At least 4 other enzymes of the photosynthetic carbon reduction cycle are known to be stimulated by the light. So example, that is 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde dehydrogenase, fructose 1,6-biphosphatase, then pseudoeptulose 1,7-biphosphatase, and ribulose 5-phosphatase kinase. This slide showing the complete Kelvin cycle. Again, now I told you the carbon fixation process takes place in three important steps, that is carboxylation, the carbon dioxide which is accepted in the presence of an enzyme ribulose biphosphate carboxylase. So that is of course which is converted of course after the carbon reduction process. So that is converted into 6 carbon compound which is unstable. That is already told you 2-carboxy 3-keto 1,5-arabinitol. Again that reacts with the water, split it into 2 molecules of PGA 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So then 3-phosphoglyceric acid, so that is of course phosphorylation takes place. So in the presence of an enzyme triose phosphate kinase, so that is converted into 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid. So this 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid undergo reduction takes place. So that is converted into 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So after the reduction process, some of the 3-PGA 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde molecules which are so converted into 3 molecules isomerization takes place, which are interconvertible in the presence of an enzyme isomerase. So where some of the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde which are converted into dihydroxyacetone, and of course the 3 carbon compound so which are formed after the reduction process, which are used in many ways. Some of the 3-PGAL 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde which are used in the regeneration of RUBP that is required for the carboxylation process, and some of the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde which are used in the synthesis of carbohydrate. So whatever 3 carbon compound which are formed during the after the reduction process, 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde is formed. Some of the 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde which are isomerases into the dihydroxyacetone phosphate, both the dihydroxyacetone phosphate as well as 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde which are fused to form a 6 carbon compound that is called as an fructose 1,6 biphosphate in the presence of an enzyme aldolase. This fructose 1,6 biphosphate that is converted into the fructose 6 phosphate. Again the fructose 6 phosphate which is converted into glucose as well as the phosphate. Significance of Calvin cycle. Calvin cycle enables the plant to accumulate food materials in them. The plant growth and yield is determined by the rate of Calvin cycle. The vast reserves of energy in the form of coal, oil, peat are the outcome of Calvin cycle in plants. The entire living world depends on the food synthesized in plants via Calvin cycle. So this is about the significance of the Calvin cycle. Then these are the references I've used to prepare the PPT. So thank you for watching my video. Thank you.